It's beer o'clock on Real Ale Craft Beer, and I've been trying to work out how to approach this subject for a long time, and I've never not up to the task, but kind of like how to word it, how to kind of like put it into normal words. I'm gonna have a go. If I make a complete mess of it and I offend anyone, then I apologise up front. Today's beer is called No Beer Budget 2025. 4.5% ABV, 100% unfined, naturally unfiltered beer. They're by Staggeringly Good, brewed down in Portsmouth. And this is a beer that challenges that very thing head on. I was at a beer festival on the weekend, not a bit of food festival where there was breweries. And of course, you know people at the breweries that attend, you speak to them, how's trade, how's things. It's a bit glum at the moment, let's be honest with you. That's the reason why Staggeringly Good have brought out this beer. Because there's a lot of people in 2025 who don't have a beer budget. But unfortunately for the brewers, when they decided to open these breweries and I'll tell you what I feel sorry for. I feel the whole industry is struggling a little bit at the moment. And a little bit is probably let's get it out into a glass. See what we get. I don't know why. The cat's talking. Cat's like, I know I've put up a tarpaulin in the kitchen. Oh, come on now. Come on, over here, you silly cat. Over here. You might see an acro prop here, right by my head. Right, I'm about to do some major kind of like construction work, and it's already created a lot of dust in the house. And my wife was like, "Wow, there's dust everywhere," that sort of thing that goes on. So I bought some tarpaulins and I've sheeted up the doorway, and the cat's like, "Oh, I can't get in." Yeah, I finally bought some dust sheets, tarpaulins from Aldi. Cat's like, "What's going on? I can't get through into the kitchen." Anyway, 1 to 2 finger whitehead on the beer, good levels of carbonation, 4.5% ABV, hazy, lovely beer. Right, a really important point, and the cat really kind of got involved. Happens, doesn't it? Happens. I should have left him outside. The beer is available from nearest beer shop. We'll talk about these guys in a moment. But I want to get into the beer first and foremost. Aroma. Oh yeah, that's fantastically hoppy. Juicy, tropical, orange peel, fleshy blood orange. Grapefruit, tangerine, passion fruit, mango. Gonna get straight into this. Cheers. Blindingly good, absolutely fantastic beer. Staggeringly good, fantastic brewery. Really, really good beers. Really, I'd love to go to their tap room one day. We have a train down to Portsmouth Harbour from Cardiff Central. It's the last stop as well, so if I fall asleep, they're going to kick me off at Portsmouth, or they're going to kick me off at Cardiff the other end when I'm at a good few drinks in Portsmouth. It's a 4.5 hour train journey, probably worth it. Love to go and visit Portsmouth. That is fantastic. That is amazing beer. That is just absolutely terrific. Super soft, super juicy. Utterly, utterly wonderful. It's almost one of the... I've reviewed a couple of beers today. They were great. They were really good. But this is kind of next level. This is different. This is up there with your Beaks, your Verdants, your Cloudwaters. There's something really soft about it and lovely and juicy. The cat still can't work out how to get through the cloth. Tarpaulin, it's doing my head in. Yeah. Come here, round here. The beer's great. There you go. Come here. Come here. Let me show you to the camera. Come here. There you are. There you are. There he is. You all right? Silly cat. Right, look, you can go that way, look, through the French doors. You don't have to go through the kitchen door. It's blocked up. No, you're going to want to go and meow at the other side of it now. Right. Let me get this one done. This is a proper... Like, I really wanted to go to town on this review, and it's just been... happens. Been smashed to bits. 5% when you... 5% off when you use the voucher code Stone the Crows on their website. Try that. And it's free delivery over £60. They're on Facebook, they're on Twitter, they're on Instagram as Nearest Beer Shop. Please check that out. I'm going to get to my store. I'm sorry, we're so many minutes into this, and I wanted to get into this like right at the start, right at the beginning. Beer budgets. He's having to lie down now in the tarpaulin. Every time I try and talk about beer budget, the cat's going bonkers. I'm gonna have to lock him in the bathroom. I don't have the same beer budget as I had during the pandemic or during the situation. Everything's gone. We just had. I think personally, this all started in 2008. I think that 2008, I think we're still all getting through that 2008 financial thing. I think that it was so bad that they didn't really tell us how bad it was. I mean, there were banks, there were like financial institutions literally folding in front of our eyes. Lehman Brothers and everything. If you can remember it, you can remember it. If you can't, you can't. We then had a little break where nothing quite happened for a few years. It's been kicking a can down the road as far as I'm concerned for a long time. What did we have first? We had, I'm not sure if we had, what did we have first? Did we have Brexit or did we have COVID? Did we have cost of living? Well, we had cost of living. We've just had stuff here. We've had that crazy thing that went on in Russia and Ukraine. It's just been got, now we've got Mr. Blonde Man in America, after we had our own Mr. Blonde Man in the UK, doing his thing with a wrecking ball, and it's just been rubbish, haven't it? It's just been absolutely rubbish. But this year, or the last 18 months, I say 2022, 2024, 2025, is where. What happened was there was a good few breweries that decided to expand. They were doing really well, and I don't blame them. I really don't blame them at all. They were doing really well. They were doing really good trade. They all were like, let's do the right thing. Let's reinvest into the company. Let's build a bigger brewery. they all did that thinking that the market was still going to be there. And this is the slightly controversial bit, which I wanted to get to 5 minutes ago if it wasn't for the cat. But I'm going to get to it. It's something I've thought long and hard about. And if you are one of these people, it's not personal to you. If you're watching this, you're still interested. Personally, I think what happened was that craft beer become this really fashionable thing that you should do. And like all fashions, there was a certain crowd that got involved. Some people might call them hipsters. Baseball cap with a long beard. They got involved in craft beer. They were the kind of, it was the hip thing to do. And I think what's happened is that they've moved on. I think that the hipsters, these people have moved on to something else. They found something else to get interested in. And it's literally been like a light switch for the breweries. It's like they've turned off the lights. These hipsters who were like, you know, massively into craft beer just 2 or 3 years ago. And again, no offense if you are a hipster and you're still into craft beer. I'm not pointing a finger at you personally. I'm just giving you a reason as to why I think that the industry is struggling a little bit at the moment, and it's not having the same growth as it was maybe just 2 or 3 years ago. It's because of, I think, people have got bored. People are fickle. People are really, really fickle, and they've got bored and they've moved on. And I've seen it on YouTube myself. Some days I scratch my head. I'm like, that beer used to do really well on YouTube. And now it's got 20%, 30% less views than what I was expecting it to get. And that's what's happening with the breweries. They're releasing a beer, they're brewing a beer thinking, yeah, that'll be a dead cert. That's a banging beer, it's really good. Like this. This is incredible beer. This is absolutely incredible. It's so good. So drinkable, so juicy. And it's that kind of, perhaps Staggeringly brewed this beer to make a point. It's such a good beer, but it's not hitting the numbers that it once was. It's not like, these breweries that expected to sell these amazing beers are not selling them, or the anticipation. It's just not there anymore. Now, on the other hand, the breweries need to take some of the blame themselves. They need to take some of the blame. Some of that blame is for the gimmicky, novelty juice beers that were out 3 or 4 years ago. The fruit salad beers where they were adding fruit concentrates to IPAs. So it's not all on the buyer. It's not all on the hipster that I was just talking about. I think some of the breweries need to look at themselves in the mirror too. Some of the big breweries as well that decided to open these big breweries. They started to produce fruit salad type beers, and people were like, well, if I want to do that, and I've said it many times, you buy a carton of concentrated orange juice and you drop a little bit of vodka in it. If you want to do that sort of thing, it's going to do the same job, and it'll do it for far cheaper than trying to sell this stuff for £5-6 a can. So I think, as well as the hipsters walking away, perhaps they walked away because of what some of these breweries were trying to sell to them. It became very gimmicky. Thankfully, that seems to be behind us. That sort of gimmicky, concentrated fruit juice beer seems to be behind us. It seems to be that breweries have realised, no, people are not having the wool pulled over their eyes and they're not going to kind of buy these beers. That's my personal opinion with it. This is terrific. This is terrific. This is one of the best pale ales I've ever drank on the channel. They're talking about tariffs, they're talking about saving money on toilet roll by using the free envelopes that come with debt collection mail. You know, stomping your feet as hard as you can near the 2p coin pushers at the arcades. It's where we are. It's where we are. It's where we are as a country at the moment. And I'm just hoping that, I don't know, I've been saying it for a couple of years now, maybe this is the year where things get a bit better. Can't get much worse, can it? I like this beer. This beer is stunning. Absolutely stunning. Pick yours up from nearest beer shop. This is a 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10 from Real Ale Craft Beer. Please put your comments in the comments box. Subscribe to our daily beer and food reviews. Give us a big fat thumbs up. Boom. Cheers.